Hello! Today I thought I'd go through my K-pop collection now that I'm home. I've actually lost count of how many I own. It's not an insanely impressive amount because I tend to only collect certain groups. I'm not one of the collectors that just kind of buys whatever is being released. And I'm also not one to necessarily buy multiples of CDs except for a few. So that is why my collection is relatively small. But I'm just gonna start at one end and move across and kind of just point out different things. Apart from the most recent Japanese releases of SHINee, I do own everything by them. I do not own multiples of SHINee CDs except for a few cases, and I do not own every single edition of every CD that they've had, but I do, for the most part, own everything else. Yeah, so to start, so here I have Married to the Music, including both versions of Odd. So this is the kind of case where I will tend to have more than one version of a CD is when like more than one edition was released. Also, I'm not going to use this hand because it has really bad nails. And then I have Amber, which was actually given to me as a gift, so this was free. This was also a gift, and this is Big Bang's, I totally forget what CD this actually is. I think this is Alive, but it might be the other edition of it. This is the special edition of Alive, I guess. I'm one of those people who tends to not open their CDs unless absolutely necessary, so I will like look through it once I get them, and then I tend to not touch them afterwards. GOT7's Got Love, because I really liked them when they had this era going. This is a CD by Chad Future, which is signed on the inside because I pre-ordered it when he was doing signed editions, and I am a fan of Chad. If you follow me on Tumblr, you'll know that, because for the most part, I have a good relationship with him. This is one of the very seldom or very few EXO CDs I own because I really don't like EXO anymore. My favorite member has left the group, so I really had no reason to continue following them, but this is the last CD he appeared in. My favorite member was Chris. This is Overdose, I'm pretty sure, right? Is this Overdose? Yeah, this is Overdose. And this is the Chinese version because I do not like to buy the Korean versions. So I have here all of Jonghyun's CDs as I'm fuddling with the placement as I'm touching my display. Oh my god. Okay, so this is his newest CD. And I have both versions of Base. I have Everybody, I have Misconceptions of Me and You, and I also have BTS Dark and Wild and School Love Affair. Here I have Boyfriend's Wonderland, My Name, I forget what song this was promotional, but this is their fourth single album. I forget what the song this was. Here I have the, I think, special edition of SHINee's 321, their Japanese thing. I believe this is special edition. Yes, because it comes with a music video and the crap. I tend not to like Japanese CDs because they tend to pull like this bullshit where this is apparently a special edition, but it still came in this like crappy case, and it pissed me off a lot when I bought it. I was really upset about it, but whatever. Here I have the regular edition of SHINee's Lucky Star, which I originally bought for the intent to give it away, and then I started using it, so I was like, I can't give this away now that I've played it. So then I have Mama by EXO, and this is also the Chinese version. And then I have a CD by Eminem, just ignore that, it's just a placeholder because I don't have another jewel case to stick there. Then I have both versions of BTS's part 1 of their recent thing. This version? No, not this version. Sorry. This version is signed by Jungkook and also comes with his photo card. I forget what is in this one. This was from their M-Wave, I think it was M-Wave, the thing where they had like the official signings, and this was done in a group order, and this was ordered separately. Here inside of this like folded paper I have a lot of photo cards of New East and Key from SHINee, and this is just a little thing that my, this is a Vocaloid figurine that my friend gave me, so just ignore that. Here I have SHINee's The First Album, the really ugly, super iconic green edition that looks like crap because they all look stupid on the cover. Just gonna cover that up again. Then I have UKISS, which is another one of my favorite groups. I have their 10th mini album that came out. This is the one that has their newest member. The first time he was on an album was this one, I believe. Ooh. Then I have two versions. I have two copies of Yubi, but it's because top edition is a signed version I recently bought, and the other one I got as soon as the CD came out, and I just dropped my little figurine. Ignore that. I have a Block B one, which is from like the eras I like, which is Welcome to the Block. This is Yukis's, like, in my opinion, best album, Neverland. Then I have Boyfriend's, what was this? Bounce? No, that's Bounce. Whatever the hell, oh, Witch. This is Witch. It's good. Then I have SHINee's Sherlock Japanese edition. I bought this sometime after it came out, so this is nothing special. It's just like really crappy version. CD's falling out. It does that a lot. This is why I really don't like this CD as itself, and it's also why it's standing a certain way, because the CD slides out quite often if I have it in any other position. Then I have, this was a gift. It's Taeyang. This was also a gift, I believe. This is Heartbreaker by GD. And then I have 21's Crush. This is GD's second album, the black version. This is a signed Teen Top CD. This is another Teen Top CD. I do not remember if this is signed. I don't believe it is. Two Hearts album, which I did not like. Shh. And Boys Meet You by SHINee. This is their special edition. And then I have another Boyfriend CD, which is Obsession. And then I have EXO's, oh god, XOXO. This is with Growl, I think. I don't remember. Anyway, it's the M version. It's not the Korean version. I'll start. I guess we'll go back here. So this is a signed Teen Top CD again. And then behind it, I have a VIX CD. And then I have a BTS CD, this is VIX LR, and then another BTS CD, and then this is like the big collector's version of these two CDs plus like a photo book. And then back here I have Saya. I have Jinsu CD, Incredible, because it was amazing, and then I also have a 21 CD, and then this CD I do not like by SNSD, which I will be selling because I really hate them. Then I have every Nui CD until their first album I have. So this is their first like full-length album, and then this is like backwards from there. This is signed, and this special edition album of theirs is signed because I went to their concert and had them sign it. Then I have Big Bang stuff back here, and this is something unofficial, ignore that. If I remove my SHINee photo card, you can see all the CDs that are hiding back here. So I have a Wonder Girl CD hidden back here, as well as my only BAP CD. I have both versions of this EXO CD, which is the one where they were at school. I forget, is this Wolf? This is Wolf, I think. Yes, so I have both versions of Wolf. Another Boyfriend CD, this is Spy Super Junior, this is SHINee's, their first single, their debut, and then this is Ring Ding Dong and Lucifer. And then I have two versions of their second album, their second mini album, Romeo, because one has Key and one has Jonghyun on the back of it, so I really like that. This is Hello, then I have SHINee's Japanese version of Replay, and I have Fire here, and then this stack of CDs, which you can kind of see on the side there, is all SHINee stuff. And I display my favorite SHINee CD. This is my all-time favorite SHINee CD. It's their first album, SHINee World. This is my preferred cover. So here we can see, this is the first K-pop CD I ever owned. Technically it's not even K-pop, it's SHINee's, the first album. It's their Japanese version. Actually, I just realized like all of these except for this is Japanese stuff. It's because Japanese tend to come in a very certain size case as well as like a very particular style of case, so like it worked in a stack. So this is their special limited edition of Dazzling Girl, and it's the one that's shaped like a purse. And this is Sherlock, this is Key's version of Sherlock. And the first, Japan, which is also the special edition, I believe. This is special edition of Hakunen Zuro Sobanite. This is the special version of Boys Meet You. This is a special edition of SHINee's Juliet. There's a larger one that I do not have. There's also a larger one of this that I don't have. This is the special edition of Lucky Star. And this is I'm Your Boy, which is type something. It's the white one. It's not the blue edition. And yeah, I think that's basically it. And here's a closer look at the Big Bang CDs that I have, which is, I forget what these are, but I own them regardless. Also hidden back here, I have another Big Bang CD and two SNSD CDs. This is like, I think the normal edition of Alive, like the jewel, like the metal case one that's rusted terribly, that I absolutely hate, so I have it hidden and I use for stacking purposes. So currently my collection is on in a display format, but I'm intending on doing it differently. Like I'm intending on like kind of redoing it because it's a very inconvenient way of displaying the cases, and a few of them have been ruined by like the weight of the photo books within them, and like they've fallen kind of weirdly, so I'm gonna try and fix that eventually. My advice to you is if you're going to store your CDs out, I would do it as if you're storing them in the shelf method, but I would store them this way versus this way, except for cases that are like this, for example, or don't have heavy photo books in them, because I have ruined CDs that have photo books in them, like really heavy ones like this, by storing them like open or on their sides like this with their spines out. This one is actually one of them that is a little now ruined. It has a permanent like open thing, so it doesn't close properly when it's laid flat, and it's falling just slightly. So if you want to avoid that, my advice to you is to lay them on their like vertically this way, or horizontally, sorry. Because if you put them vertically, you risk the chance of messing up their photo books. These two are also a little, not, like, they're a little ruined because of that as well, but CDs that come like this, in packages that go all around, if you store them, vertically like this, it shouldn't be a problem because of the way the package is made, but if the photo book is hanging freestanding from within the CD, you risk the chance of ruining it if you store them this way. There's some of them that are past the point of no return, like these ones, and any of these here, because they've been here for like minimum 4 years, so they are already at that point, but I have saved numerous amounts. Also, it's just easier stacking wise, like if you have stronger ones at the base, like these ones don't have freestanding photo books in them, neither does this, for example, so it's good for stacking. If you like, they'll be sturdy, like they won't fall over. Like I've had CDs fall over often when they're stacked like this. That's why they're in between really heavily set stacks otherwise. Like this is a very heavy stack that keeps this set from falling over, and this is holding this end up. So it's just safer and sturdier if you stack them horizontally versus vertically. So that's just a tip if you're wondering the best way to store your CDs. Also, you don't have to make a display out of your CDs. This is completely optional. A lot of collectors like to do that, but it's not mandatory. You can just stack them in shelves, and you can just store them like books if you want to, and you can do it any way you want. Also, you can like package them all in a plastic bag and stack them that way. Like it doesn't really matter. It's your personal preference, but if you're going to stack freestanding photo books, I recommend that you stack them on their side versus just with their spine exposed, because it runs the risk of ruining the photo book. But if you don't care about that, which I've grown to not really care, then it doesn't matter. But if you're planning on reselling them, it's better if they're in the best condition. So store them in the safest way possible that avoids ruining them, because when you buy K-pop CDs, you are buying more than just the CD, you're buying the entire package. So you might want to just like take care of it if you care about the money you spent on it, especially with all that shipping, because you know, shipping is terrible. Also, as a side note, again, CDs run different prices. So a CD like this, which is from Japan, which is a Japanese version of like a K-pop idol, this was about like $15. This is the normal edition. But special editions can run upwards of $30, usually at a minimum. So if you're planning on buying a special edition, make sure it's for a group you like or something you don't mind spending money on. I recommend buying from Yes Asia, because if you buy bundles, like if you buy more than one CD, you get free shipping normally, because CDs can get quite expensive. So I avoid shipping charges by doing that, and I get them at a reasonable price, and I really like their shipping method. Like it's very reliable versus some other K-pop sellers that I've done online where it took a very long time to get the package, and I dislike that. But that's because I live in North America, so I'm not 100% sure on how it works in other countries, so y'all can discuss that in the comments below if you would like, or recommend what shop to buy from, to your personal preference. Yes, Asia just happens to be my personal preference. Also, CDs are the most expensive when you buy them fresh off the printing press. So, CDs like here, like Odd, Married to the Music, and Bass, Everybody, I all purchased these CDs when they were like in their first round of printing, so they were about $25 or so. But CDs that I purchased otherwise, like the first album and this one and a couple other small ones here were about 11 or 15. They do drop the older the CD is, so if you don't care about getting it right away and you don't care about getting a photo card, which I personally don't care that much because I don't collect photo cards the same way other K-pop collectors do, it's just much better to wait and buy it later if you're looking to save money. It's like it's the money saver option. So you have that option too. Like if you're not so concerned about getting all of the top perks of buying the most expensive version, you can just wait and it'll be cheaper.